Well, it's interesting. I've had a long history of relationship with Manchester Metropolitan University, and this is the next progressive step for me. I've been involved here as a student. I've been involved here with mentoring ex-students. I'm involved in the faculty in the business school, and it's a great delight for me to be here this evening and my first inaugural lecture to talk really about something that really matters to me, and that's how you harness people in organisations. This is a modern progressive university. You know, when I deal with lots of other universities in different guises, and I can tell you that this is a university that's still interested in ideas, that's still interested in challenge, that's interested in doing things differently, that's interested in working with employers. We've got to come up with some new ideas and some stimulus and some innovation around what we can do to engage people in the workplace. And there are three key things that people need to be thinking about. One is about complete leadership. Society out there is very complex. The markets are very complex, and we require complex leaders who can balance both head, heart and guts, and that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the tips and techniques around employee engagement. You know, we've had disengaged employees for too long in the workplace, so what are the things you can do to get engagement where it needs to be, and often those things are quite simple. And the third thing, it's a very important thing and a growing importance, both to students and to employees and to people in society, is something that I call honourable intent. People expect their organisations to do the right thing, whether it be the environment, whether it be sustainability, whether it be ethics and values. And increasingly, people power will be restrained if organisations don't show and demonstrate honourable intent. Leaders will be judged on not just what they say, but what they do. So it's converting principles and values and mission statements into real honourable businesses. And if you can get these three things right, then you can get the flow of people power in the organisation, and that's really critical. I'm also going to talk specifically about the human resource population and the things that they can do within this model to look at organisations, its culture, its ethics, its values, its standards and its leadership, so that we can get to a place where we've got preventative leadership, where they look at engagement of employees on an ongoing basis, rather than remedial leadership, which is a disaster. If you look at any company accounts, what you'll see is that things are listed as assets, things like buildings and so on and so forth. When you look at people, they're listed as a cost. They're actually seen as a cost, a drain on the organisation, and that's the wrong start point, because of course people in organisations are a key asset. And how you get the most and the discretionary effort out of people is a key asset. So that's the science that we need. We need both the art of leadership and the science of leadership to be really figured out so that people can get excited about their jobs. Most people start with a new employer or a new university, whatever, 110% excited. And then industry does a great job of knocking that out of all of them, so they get to about 30% excited. And that's no longer good enough. You know, industry can't afford that sort of luxury. I think nobody's figured out how to tap people properly in organisations. You get good examples of particular leaders who are very strong, or good HR directors who are very strong, but individuals effectively and collectively together do make the biggest difference. That's the only way that change will happen. So what I'm hoping to do today is say, you know what, when you're seeking for inspiration about making a difference in your organisation, you need to start inside. You need to start with yourself, connect yourself to your organisation, and then you can help connect others.